Then we have the contract signing. But before the contract signing, we get the brilliant mock doc side of the ring video about Wardlow's betrayal of MJF at Revolution. Everyone in the chat, tell me you loved this. You gotta tell me you loved this. I thought, what a wonderful touch for snide, snooty, disgusting MJF to portray himself as the victim of this really dark conspiracy, like this shit on the level of, of the plane ride from hell and Jake Roberts' father. It's like, I loved it. Even Chris Jericho keeping the story alive, saying, wait, is this for MJF? I don't want to do this for this asshole. Wait, he's paying how much? Everything was there. The perfectly executed shots, like in the style of the interviewees, even bringing in the retired wrestler, right? Which in this case was the legendary Jewish wrestler Barry Horowitz. He says, take it from a top guy like me, Sean Dean is a jobber. And you know what? Now I want to see Sean Dean versus Barry Horowitz. I want this now. MJF comes out to a huge ovation. And of course he plays up to it. And look, he is just alive on this match, okay? And on this microphone, excuse me. Just alive. The way he commanded everything in this segment is nothing short of brilliant. It's hard to not look at MJF, look at his body of work at this point, and be absolutely floored. He is a master of mic work. He is a man who understands the audience, knows how to work them, knows how to captivate them. He had everyone in the palm of his hand. Sure, it was his hometown. But he worked this segment. He worked hard for this segment. From top to bottom, a master. Not a master class. This cannot be reproduced. What he did cannot be reproduced. This is the kind of stuff that WWE looks at and they're like, we need to do something like this, but they're going to overly script it and overly produce it and it's just going to fall apart. This is something, this contract signing, the way it happened, could not have been the way it happened in any other circumstance with any other person than MJF manning that microphone. Brilliant, legendary stuff. This guy gets it. And we've said it before. We'll say it again because it's so damn true when it happens. Just magnificent. Magnificent mic work. You've got people backstage going, man, if I just had a third of what he had. Can you imagine if Jungle Boy had just a third of what MJF is able to do? He'd be unstoppable. They're in the contract to determine the stipulations. MJF refers it to a David versus Goliath story. Then he asks his people to get out of their seats and boo Wardlow. Every time he tries to speak, Wardlow tries to talk. And see, nice little way to not bury your big guy here, right? Because in the contract signing tropes, both guys have to have a turn on the mic, right? But this is a good way to avoid Wardlow coming across as a goober on the mic against MJF, who is S tier at this point in this segment. He's untouchable. Dusty Rhodes would have looked like a moron next to him in this situation. So it's a nice little way to have Wardlow avoid the tropes and try to jaw jack and coming up short, regardless of how good he was, because this was MJF's moment. Good protection of your babyface here. I appreciate that. So the conditions to get the Double or Nothing match are as follows. 10 lashes. 10 lashes Wardlow has to endure. If he endures them, he will then have to wrestle Shawn Spears inside of a steel cage. And not just any steel cage. A steel cage with MJF as the special guest referee. And then he'll get the match. But if Wardlow wins the match at Double or Nothing, MJF will release him from his contract. But if Wardlow loses the match at Double or Nothing, if he gets it, Wardlow can never sign with AEW. So Wardlow gets uncuffed to sign the contract. Of course, he starts throwing the security dweebs around. Everyone runs, flees. He powerbombs Mark Sterling through the table. Just some good stuff. Some very good stuff. Yes, you heard that right. Because I'm gonna say it right here. I'm gonna make sure you're all paying attention. I was thoroughly entertained by this contract signing. It's 1 in a million. 1 in a million. The more you can throw all the shit you want at the wall, at some point something's gonna stick.